Good evening, guys, and welcome to Cricket Lads. And what a dominating performance from the Royals! It started with that excellent bowling from Chetan Sakaria and Jaydev Unadgat, the favorite, Sandy Paji's favorite. The Puja have come into the play today. The way he bowled up front and just gave 23 to KKR. And in the end, Rajasthan Royals have won the match by 6 wickets. So we have some Royals joining in and one neutral fan, Romit, who is obviously following his favorite team, Mumbai Indians. So I'll start with Sandy Paji. Paji, complete dominating start. मतलब अगर आप देखो right from the start, even the first ball जो जयदेव उनटकट ने किया, and right from there till the end, Sanju Samson got them home. How do you feel now after such a win?
Absolutely ecstatic. I can't believe it. Soon as I knew Jaydev was going to play, the puja started. You can see it on my Instagram. The puja started. It was done with Josh and Hosh, and the boy delivered. Soon as I knew he was going to take that wicket, you should see the happiness I was. Lord Jaydev delivered for us. Kolkata, no Rasgulle tonight. We will have dal bati churma. I'm so happy with the boys. Tremendous performance, fielding, batting, captaincy, bowling, everything was on point. This is what I love about this team is when they get it right, they can be that good. Only disappointing was Joss with the batting, but other than that, I was happy Yashashvi came in. But it's been a remarkable performance. To me, one of the best performances in the IPL to this point from such a young side. It was amazing. I am so happy.
Right. And Anuj, if you talk about, if you remember, I think I was talking with Romit yesterday, and we were often say that, after a great setback, which they did, get in the match before, we often see teams making a strong comebacks as well. And we thought that, this might be one of those matches will get them going because there, I saw a lot of chopping here and there, which we were talking in the last match. There was no motivation. The heads were down right from the start. So now we saw a lot of talking. Everyone was very motivated. So Anuj, how you see that? They have come back, and what will be their path ahead now? Because it's a tough
Actually,
phase.
yeah,
Please.
yeah. Actually, if you see, I guess yesterday or today morning, Rajasthan Royals also shared one inspirational or motivational video. So that basically showed that there is some fresh energy coming from the outside. Sangakkara and Kowar looking positive today. एंड वही मैच में भी देखने को मिला इफ यू सी एक तरीके से जो शोल्डर्स डाउन थे वो केकेआर के थे राजस्थान जो थी वो लग रही थी कि हाँ आज जीतने के लिए खेल रहे हैं एंड कहीं ना कहीं कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि कोई ऐसी हार जो होती है वन साइडेड हार कैन लिफ्ट यू अप वी हैव सीन विद मुंबई इंडियंस इन पास्ट कि कभी ऐसा होता था एक तरफा हारते थे तो मजा जो एक होता है ना कि कहीं ना कहीं किरकिरा हो जाता है लेकिन उसके बाद का जो एक मजा होता है वो देखने को मिलता है वही कहीं ना कहीं मुझे राजस्थान रॉयल्स से आज ऐसा फील हुआ कि बहुत चुभी थी वो हार उनको पिछली कहीं ना कहीं उसी का सारा जो एक गम था वो उन्होंने आज पूरी तरीके से धोया है केकेआर को केकेआर है तैयार लेकिन मुझे लग नहीं रहा वो तैयार है कहीं ना कहीं आप देखो तो बैटिंग में कुछ नहीं कर पाया जब बॉलिंग की बात आई तो बहुत ही जिसे कहते हैं ढीली नजर आई बॉडी लैंग्वेज उनकी कुछ कुछ लग ही नहीं रहा था नीतीश राणा कैचेस छोड़ रहे हैं साथ ही साथ उनके साथ शुभमन गिल ने कैचेस छोड़े तो एक तरीके से बहुत बुरा दिन रहा केकेआर के लिए आज लेकिन राजस्थान रॉयल्स के लिए एक शानदार दिन हल्ला बोल ऑल द वे
एक में सक्षम के आर बुरा हाल KKR बुरा हाल. That's the Saval what we will say today. They were really bad, but Rajasthan Royals made them look bad, which is why I'm so happy.
Yeah, and also Romit, a very strange approach from KKR. I thought the ball was, yes, it may swung in in the last few matches, but I didn't see any swing at the start. So were you a little surprised from their approach? Just 23 runs in the first 6 overs.
what I am feeling is that I guess the moral of Rana and Shubman is it's a bit low. I guess they are not that confident because they know that they have lost nine in Wankhede, so that might be in the back of their mind that they have to perform that. So that might have created a pressure in their mind, so they can't play freely. So today also you saw Shubman was struggling. So and Nitish Rana was also struggling with the ball. So they weren't playing the natural game. Might be because of the last game they knew that they got out early. So that was a pressure on them to stay till the sixth over and play the singles out and play lose no wickets. So that's why they couldn't play the natural game also and did not try for attacking shots. So that has been a problem. And the problem with Shubman Gill is that he's struggling, but still he's being played. I don't know why. But Rahul Tripathi playing such good innings, he really got off to a good start. And for him, I guess KKR went to such a total because he really played the middle order well. Only I saw Tripaঠি's attitude was positive towards the game. Russell was also, I don't know, a bit down today. Like he couldn't connect. Also, like the ball he got out to was a slot ball only. That would any other day would have got a six, or the last day against CSK, those balls were getting hit for sixes. So I don't know. There might be something which is affecting KKR. There is a pressure created or something, or they are expected to perform really well, come back strong. But in case of Rajasthan, we saw they wanted to win desperately, but they were chill enough that they were going with the flow. But KKR was taking the pressure too much.
Yeah. And Dinesh, since we talked about Andre Russell, we have to talk about Chris Morris. The way he bowled, he got the big guns, and he has had a very good record against Andre Russell. I think you have got him 4 to 5 times. So I assess his performance because he was terrific in the match. I saw, even in the fielding, when he was fielding in the slips, he was, motivating the guys whenever they were going for boundaries. So, how impressed were you with Chris Morris?
Overall, the intent that had been shown by the Royals today was actually spot on. Even if you look at, I mean, that includes what I've seen for the last couple of seasons. That includes the Royals' performance even in the last season. They had managed to clinch 6 victories in the last season, but none of them were so much a sigh of relief as today's. Because even in the last season, most of the victories were pretty much relied on one particular innings or a Tewatia wonder or a Tewatia Riyan Parag finish. But none of them seem to be so convincing in Royals' point of view. I think every Super Royal or every fan of Rajasthan Royals will agree to what I say. So none of those victories that we had seen from the last season to this season's was not as convincing as we saw today's. So that was due to the fact that the intent was so strong, and adding up to that, adding up to the intent that we had, the toss was actually a big boost to the Royals, that they were able to do what they actually set in their mind. Had they been put to bat first, it would have been a different story, I believe. But still, with this intent, you could have done anything better. So the reason why I'm telling that was, I mean, they had a proper plan and a proper schedule in mind. If you could see, Chris Morris not completing his 4 overs well ahead of 16th over or 17th over, and he was preserved 2 overs for the last finishing kick. So, not just that, Rahul Tewatia was given a quota of only 3 overs right from the beginning. He was not given the quota of 4 overs, and his one over excess was actually tallied by Riyan Parag in the previous matches, which didn't actually click out well. And today we saw one from Shivam Dubey. So the plan was so specific not to give too many to Rahul Tewatia. Maximum of three is what he should be given with, and Chris Morris should be preserved for the last. And I agree, for the first 4 matches he would have gone for many, but that management had actually backed him and just wanted to get the most out of him, well deserving for the price tag that he is just holding with him. So the plan was there, the intention was there, the intent was there, and that I mean, these are the main reasons why I feel Chris Morris was actually so successful. Even if you look at the balls that he delivered, I mean, there were clear cut Yorkers thrown to the KKR batsmen, especially Andre Russell. Andre Russell was just trying to stretch out to those deliveries, and quite a few were called whites, but that was still in plan. So I seriously feel the Royals had actually executed the plan so well that Chris Morris had been given the last couple of overs in the death overs, and that had actually paid off. All the four, if you could remember, all the four wickets came in the death, and that was a well executed plan, that I would say.
Yes, and Paji, if you talk about two changes which they had, one was always, the Jaydev Unadkat coming in, and the second one was this young lad Jaiswal coming in for Vora. So how impressed were you with him? Because he was the one which got them to a good start. I remember two flicks down the mid on, one on the offside, and then against Varun Chakravarti. So how impressed are you? And do you really think he'll be the answer to Rajasthan Royals opening combination?
Excellent point. Firstly, on load or not cut, soon as I know load was playing, I knew the game was ours because the puja was done. So I was 100% sure. I wanted to open the batting with load or not cut. I thought load or not cut should open the batting, but we had him down. He was going to come in and win the game for us, but it never happened. But Jaiswal, he played really well. He got out stupidly because he had started timing the ball really exceptionally. I thought, wow, this looks really promising. But again, slightly disappointed with Joss. I think the blow on the head might have knocked some sense out of him, but that was a good thing for Jaiswal to be there and score the runs. So next game, I hope he learns from his mistake and improves. Another card coming in, but I give one big credit today for all the Sanju haters out there, the ones that doubt his captaincy. How sensibly he played today was outstanding. Shivam Dubey played well. All the team did really, really well. So we must keep this spirit. We must keep this energy. We must keep up with the puja for Lord Unadkat. Lord Unadkat must play every game now, and we will get to the promised land, which is Ahmedabad, for the for the playoffs. But overall, I was really impressed with Jaiswal. I was impressed with Lord Cup. Shreyas Gopal should not be near the team. So as long as he stays away, the evil spirits will stay away. We will have the positive approach of Lord Unadkat.
Like the Jaydev Unadkat is the octopus who has to play in every match. He's the charm for Rajasthan Royals, I think, this time around. But jokes apart, Anuj, talking about Sanju Samson, we always, saw players criticizing Samson not putting price enough on his wicket. But today he played a very sensible innings and made sure that he bring the team home. How impressed were you? Because it was not an easy wicket to bat at the start. I heard Owen Morgan, he said there was a bit of the purchase for the slow bowlers. So he played a really good innings, and his strike rate never went down under 100. At starting, he got 2 to 3 fours, but then afterwards, he just, was pacing his innings really well. And how impressed were you with Sanju? And in the days to come, how did you see him, so rising up from here?
I think he will learn, as it game progresses when it comes to captaincy part because अभी तीन ही मैच हुए थे and it's a fourth match for him. So I guess कहीं ना कहीं ऋषभ पंत के साथ भी हमने देखा था that the more you play you will learn when it comes to player and as well as when you are captaining the side. So captain snog I would say. I mean leading from the front today Sanju Samson. But consistency is the key for him, I guess, because we have seen that बिट्स एंड पीसेस में परफॉर्म करते हैं दो पारियां आती हैं देन सात आठ पारी का सूखा आ जाता है सो आई जस्ट डोंट वांट दैट फ्रॉम हिम बिकॉज ही इज द कैप्टन एज वेल फॉर द टीम सो आई होप कि जो कंसिस्टेंसी है वो उनमें आएगी साथ ही साथ आई गेस इट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट कि आज उनके यहाँ उनके एंड से इनिंग आनी बहुत जरूरी भी थी क्योंकि एक स्टेटमेंट भी देना होता है व्हेन यू आर द कैप्टन एंड आई गेस वो आज आया है आई होप कि कंसिस्टेंट रहे क्योंकि we have seen that Gautam Gambhir also was criticizing Sanju Samson because of his attitude or we can say the form that he possesses when it comes to consistency. So I believe कि एक अच्छा शुरुआत हुई है आज तो अच्छा था होपफुली आगे वाले मैचेस में वो इसी फॉर्म को बरकरार रखेंगे इस साल कहीं ना कहीं राजस्थान टॉप 4 में जगह बना ले पाजी मैं तो यही होप करूंगा
नहीं नहीं बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यार अभी क्या होता है कि कभी कभी टीम्स को ये सेटबैक्स जो हैं ये इकट्ठा ले आते हैं वी हैव सीन विद संगकारा वो किस तरह से सबको
Yeah.
मोटिवेट कर रहे थे. He
And
said, you know,
the best example we can say is that 2011 में जब श्रीलंका हारी थी, तो Sangakkara was the captain. Sri Lanka was down and out, and in
yeah,
2014 they won the T20 World Cup. तो
T20, yeah.
you can see the difference. So एक एक जज्बा तो है, जुनून तो है संगाकारा में. नाउ इट्स अप टू द टीम कि किस तरीके से कमराडरी जो है फील्ड पे दिखेगी. तो आई गेस चार चांद लग जाएंगे मैच में राजस्थान के लिए.
Ex Saval, Siggy, I'm so disappointed Jofra isn't playing and Stokes. Because if Jofra and Stokes were playing in this team, I think we would definitely finish in the top two now. With the spirit that they have, the players are coming through. I just think if Jofra was there and Stokes was there, I think we would have the complete package. Because I think Miller struggled a bit today, but he came good as well. So really, really happy with that. And I think, inshallah, as we say sometimes, the way Sangakkara can lead this team is going to be very, very positive. And with the Lord in our team, the world is our oyster.
Right. Romit, since you follow KKR also and always you're a fan of Shah Rukh Khan, I want to ask you, where is KKR going wrong? Where are they not able to, have that foot down? Because I cannot see any changes now because KKR has had their best players in the 11. I don't see any other player. You might get Lockie Ferguson, but still, this is a much of a batting failure. 133 wasn't expected from them. 180 might be a good score on this pitch. So where are they going wrong exactly?
I guess it's the first team where the top order and middle order failing, but the lower middle order is getting the runs. Like from Dinesh Karthik, he also scored a 25 today. Russell also scored some. So the biggest problem with them is that opening, which is not going well. Nitish Rana, it's okay. He has got two innings bad, but he is a reliable opener. But Shubman Gill, he is not performing since last 5 matches. So like there should be a change. Karun Nair is sitting outside. You bring him in, play Tripathi as an opener, play him at three, Karun Nair at three. So you should have to make that changes. And the most useless player for KKR, I feel, is Morgan. Like he today also he scored a 0 out of 0. And what was he doing? Like he hit the ball with his bat, then he ran again, came back. I don't know what is he doing. So like Morgan is just
It
like
was
taking
Rahul's
out, yeah. But
It
still,
Rahul. Yeah.
Morgan is still taking an overseas spot, like, and he's not performing. So that is where I think the captaincy might be given to an Indian captain, as we always say that it's better to have an Indian captain so we can get an overseas slot if that person is not performing. So there might be a change if they get the captaincy different. And bowling, which is
Again,
concerned,
uh, will they go again to Mr. Karthik? Because I don't see, because you have already criticized Shubman Gill. So Gill can't be there in
yeah.
the team for the next match. Then who is the probable captain according to you?
Yeah, I think they'll go back to Dinesh Karthik only. It's a very slight chance they might go with Pat Cummins, but I guess that won't happen. But they would go back to Dinesh Karthik because it has been 5 matches, and like last season we saw Dinesh Karthik perform badly in four and he was sacked. So Morgan is consistently performing badly in last 5 matches. In captaincy has not been great enough. So you have to change it because you can get a player like Seifert there or Ben cutting in. So and Narayan has to say he's just a slow pace bowler we are seeing. He's not spinning the ball and he's doing nothing. He's just bowling towards the batsman. So and he's being played easily. So in that case, you can bring Ben cutting in. That will increase the depth of your batting and he can bowl also. So you have to make some changes. You can't go with your past experiences that Narayan was a great player, but now because he used a illegal action, now he can't use that, so he's not being effective. So you have to make those changes. And Shakib, I guess you judged him on 3 matches, whereas Morgan failed in 5 matches. So they are going wrong in this sorts. Like they are backing Shubman Gill for 5 matches, but they couldn't back Shakib for another match. So this is they are problem which KKR is facing, I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
problem is Morgan Murgi Bangi. Morgan, Murgi Bangi, and that's the problem. So we have to admit that I'm a good friend of Owen Morgan's, and I met him a few times. Such a good captain, but he's lost control of this team. And the biggest problem in this team, as Romit said, is Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill's mind is off the ball. His head is gone too big after playing for India. I think he needs to be pulled out the team, and I think that would and the Tripathi has to open with Nitesh Rana, and then they have to have another batsman in, and then or either that or Morgan has to step up to the third batting slot. So real big problem is Shubman Gill. They have trusted him so much, and he has let them down. So I would definitely be dropping Shubman Gill first. If Murgi goes out, then yeah, who do you have as captain is the big problem. They can't go
I
back to
would like
Dinesh.
to add on to that, Surinder ji. Like now, we all can see Shubman is actually struggling to be a T20 player. You can see his highest scores also like 70. He had it last season was of 62 balls in a
Yeah,
batting pitch. So he's struggling to be a T20 player. He's a good Test player and a one-day player, but everyone can't play T20, right? He is more orthodox type of batsman, so he
yeah,
can't hit those shots to score runs. He can only look for singles. So that is where I think KKR must try for a batsman who can hit the aggressive shots. So
yeah,
Shubman should be dropped.
yeah.
Just
I think
to
Shubman
add
should be
in
dropped.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just to
think
add in
Shubman should be
this,
dropped.
yeah, I mean, we
Romit?
were talking about Owen Morgan, you know. Do you think that Brendan McCallum, domination in the team, or you can say he has the more control over the team when it comes to handling the team or managing the troops? Anyone here? I mean, because we have seen, the too much of involvement of Brendan McCallum's strategy or his tactics when it comes to strategic timeout, or maybe you can sense from the outset that something is going wrong. I mean, they are too much relying on statistics. We were having a conversation in the pre-match, with the panels in the World Cricket Forum, World Cricket Fans podcast. So, I mean, I just want to ask, you people about this because Kyle Mills is there as a bowling coach. I guess is just that उनको न्यूजीलैंड से बुलाया गया just because he's a friend of Brendan McCallum. It's just that the New
Yeah,
Zealand package that has been come with him. So I mean,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही गल.
these type of favoritism are basically जो है interest खत्म कर देती है कभी कभी when it comes to franchises or the IPL sort of thing. So your
Yeah,
thoughts on this? Anyone?
I'll say
100%,
to that.
100%. I
I
agree.
think there's a cold war is going between Morgan and Brandon McCullum. Morgan wants to take his decisions, but McCullum is not giving him to take those decisions. As you said, Brandon McCullum is only following the statistics as up for the matchups and all. So Morgan is a different type of captain, and Brendan McCullum is an aggressive captain. So there has been some differences between them. I guess Brendan McCullum is asking Morgan to do what he says and not apply himself on the field. So that is where the problem is coming. So I feel that shouldn't be there because as a coach, you should help the team, listen to the captain, and help him to get better. You can't pose your own reasons and ask him not to give his own reasons. So that's why there is something going on between Brendan McCullum and Morgan.
100%, 100% Romit सही बात की है. As I say, नौकरी कितना मिली McCallum नु? Yeah, we have to ask the question. I watched the program. How are people getting these jobs? How is he got? What has he done to earn the position of head coach of KKR? The guy is just come out. He's in nappies. When he comes to coaching and managing a team, he's never done it before. So how can you get him? And where is that man, Shah Rukh Khan? Where is he gone? Is he Ramazan? Is Ramadan? Yeah, so he's off the radar. But I'm telling you now, big problem is definitely Baz McCullum because, as I said, you need an experienced coach. We have been saying this for last 5 years, 6 years from Rajasthan role, saying that okay, we need a figurehead in this team. You look at the KKR dressing room, who is there of some substance that you can say this person needs to be there. This person needs to be there. They should be on the phone to Saurabh Ganguly, and Ganguly should take over KKR, and then something might happen. Otherwise, this McCullum, Baz, Booz, Patani, Shabazz, Baz, whatever his name is, he's not doing anything right. So you have an
Saurabh
experienced
has to
captain.
leave the presidentship then. If he has to come as a coach, then he has to leave his
Uh,
position as BCCI president.
Well, yes,
just right.
Yeah.
hopefully that will happen. His term is
And
coming to an end, but you need a proper coach, and that's where the problem with KKR is. Prasidh Krishna, Shivam Mavi, Nagarkoti should be bowling. Prasidh Krishna is not there. So I think KKR have got a lot of problems. And the favoritism given to Shubman Gill. And I like Shubman Gill because he's a Punjabi, but he's not performing. Why is he staying in this team? Why is he staying in this team? And whose decision is it that he opens? He should be coming at 3 or 4 maximum. But he should not be opening the batting. So really, really good. But I'm happy that they're making these decisions because otherwise we may have struggled today and we won. So it's Halla ball from me and definitely onwards and upwards to next Thursday.
And also, as Anuj, you said favoritism. Like we know, Kyle Mills is not that a great bowler. Like can he be a
Yeah.
bowling coach? Like he has not been that great. So you can't bring just a New Zealander because he played with you. So that is the thing which is going on. I don't know what is happening in KKR management.
And that's happening in IPL for a long time now. I mean, we have seen that. I mean, for RCB, if you see right now, तो अच्छी उनकी एक मैनेजमेंट है. आई थिंक काइल मिल्स के ऊपर मैं पॉइंट कहना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे कि इज ही नोज कि भाई डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में चल क्या रहा है इंडिया में. हैज ही कवर्ड द सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी. उनको पता है शिवम मावी का पिछले 1 साल का क्या रिकॉर्ड रहा है. आई मीन
ना
ये बहुत से सवाल हैं जो कि आई मीन मैनेजमेंट को सोचने चाहिए क्योंकि जब आपको रॉ टैलेंट का ही कदर नहीं है, पता ही नहीं है कि उस बंदे ने 1 साल में क्या किया है, उसकी क्या इंजरीज रही है, क्या ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड रहा है, किस पिच पे वो अच्छा है, कैसी उसकी लेंथ जा रही है. आई गेस जस्ट बिकॉज ही इज अ न्यूजीलैंडर, यू नो द प्राइम कोच और द हेड कोच इज अ न्यूजीलैंडर, वो कहीं ना कहीं एक तरीके से आ जाता है एंड देन यू नो फिर वो फेवरेटिज्म जहां जाता है. आई गेस वहां पे टैलेंट की थोड़ी बहुत जो होती है ना, वहां कदर कम होती है तो अच्छा नहीं लगता है.
yeah, I'm saying I'm a coach, yeah. I've got more in coaching than Baz McCullum. What has Baz McCullum done? He's done nothing. Absolutely nothing. And he's been made head coach of thingy. KKR. That's where
And
the problem is.
that is also reason I hate KKR because they are not taking players from Bengal. Like they had conducted a domestic tournament and no players were taken. Like I don't know what are they doing
Yeah.
in the management. They are just taking players from buying players, and they are not getting. You have to take your local talents, right? You're based on Kolkata, and they don't have any players from Kolkata. So it's really like astonishing, and
And
that's why.
also if you see, I mean, talking about this, I mean, I just forget my point of what I was supposed to say. I mean, talking about this local players and all that stuff, that's why I feel Rajasthan के साथ भी थोड़ा बहुत कभी-कभी एक था. I mean, I wanted to see Ravi Vishnu in the team, but he's playing for
Yeah.
Punjab. You know, so I guess that is one point. And other thing was, yeah, what I was supposed to say, I just forgot that. Yeah, just continue,
But it's
continue.
true. It's true. It's true.
Just
You've got to have the local connection. Tamil Nadu, Dinesh, which Tamil players play for Chennai?
Sorry, Tamil Nadu. I
Which
mean,
Tamil players play for Chennai? Do you
A
know?
lot, I
uh,
would say.
there are. I mean, there is a Premier League actually. There's a Tamil Nadu
yeah.
Premier League, which
Premier
has
League.
got 8 teams playing with it. So, I mean, Varun Chakravarti plays for a different team. Ashwin plays for a different team in TNPL.
I think
Natarajan plays for a different team in TNPL.
he's
Hello.
asking which
Just you know,
play for CSK.
CSK Jagadishan. There's a guy named Jagadishan,
Jagadishan.
right?
Yeah.
So he
Actually, I
plays
just wanted to
in
ask
TNPL.
one thing. I just you know, अभी मुझे याद आ गया है, so मैं पूछना चाहूंगा. What is the role of Abhishek Nair in the team? What is the role
I
of Abhishek Nair in the team?
that thing. Abhishek
Yeah,
Nair always
he's just building his muscles.
Nair has that notebook with pen. I don't understand. वो ना वो क्या लिखते रहते हैं उस नोटबुक में, वो मुझे आज तक समझ नहीं आया.
Well,
और जब से नायर आया है तब से ही डूब रही है केकेआर की नैया.
well,
But I'm
बिल्कुल,
happy for
बिल्कुल.
I mean,
RCB
I
this season
believe.
because they have promoted a local talent, Shabazz Ahmed. He plays for Bengal. So I'm really happy to see he's performing also. And Virat has backed him also. So I'm really happy.
No,
Dinesh,
they,
yeah, continue. Sorry to
Should
yeah. I mean,
appreciate
uh,
Rahul Tewatia also because Rahul तो है यहाँ पर खेलता था. He plays in Gurgaon, I guess.
Haryana,
And
Haryana. Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, he used to play in Gurgaon, and I have my coach saying that he has seen him play, and after that he went and ab dekh lo, it's just one season, and now he has been promoted up the order, and yeah, he is just going up and up in the IPL.
yes,
But
since you guys since you guys talked about Abhishek Nair, all I could relate to your question is Abhishek Nair is someone who is closely related to Dinesh Karthik. So he's a great friend of
Yeah.
Dinesh Karthik.
from
And
Tamil, right?
when when
He's
Dinesh
also
when Dinesh Karthik had actually won that particular match against Bangladesh, and I mean, if I'm not wrong, it's the Asian Cup, right? So I mean,
Nidhat Trophy. Nidhat
batting.
Trophy.
Nidahas Trophy, Nidahas Trophy.
Nidahas Trophy. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so
yeah.
Nidahas Trophy. So he banged the last ball six, and he won it right. So I could remember Dinesh Karthik was going on giving credits to Abhishek Nair for the kind of support that he had got from his friend Abhishek Nair, and how he was actually received warmly in his home. And I mean, I remember Dinesh Karthik saying that he used to be a guest to Abhishek Nair, and he used to stay there whenever he plays a game, and it had a lot to do with his own batting.
Varun
That's what Dinesh Karthik
Chakravarti's
had given the credit. So I think
Nair
that
is fine.
is the relation that I think would have been the reason why Abhishek Nair would have been in relation to the side. So that's something that struck my mind that I wanted to share. I mean, initially Dinesh
But
Karthik was the
that's
one.
basically related to the individual, you know. I mean, आप उस चीज को एक पूरी टीम के साथ तो रिलेट नहीं करा सकते ना. I mean,
Yeah,
if
Brendan
you are
McCullum
having
bringing
a
in. Yeah, Brendan McCullum bringing in Kyle Mills. It's just the same way, right? So it's just the same correlation. That's what I'm talking about.
ये चीज जो है, I mean Kingsland Punjab से भी, if you see, we saw a lot of, you know, coaches, just because, I mean, there was some Australian coach, I guess Darren Lemon of Kingsland Punjab, and I mean there was Australian coach, I mean, who never played for Australia, you know, he was coaching one of this domestic team on Australia, but वो coach थे Kingsland Punjab के. सो आई मीन आई एम नॉट गेटिंग दिस थिंग, जो बंदा खेला ही नहीं है, देश के लिए नहीं खेला, वो क्या, यू नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक आई एम टाइप, मैं किसी को टाइप कास्ट नहीं कर रहा, बट देयर हैज टू बी अ, यू नो,
मेरा
एक्सपीरियंस रिलेटेड टू द इंटरनेशनल एरिना.
Yeah, 100%. But you look at the bench, if you got a young coach like McCullum, you look at the bench and say, who is around this person? Who is around this person to guide this person to get through the IPL? And for KKR, there is nothing there. It is Khalli. Yeah, Khatam, Khalli. Nobody there to help him. And as I said, you look at India, you got Modi and you got his chamcha next door to him. So it's like that always happens. But it's bad. It's bad. I think KKR are making really bad decisions.
Yeah, I have a slightly a different opinion, I would say. I think more of a coaching. Now it is up to the players to take it on, because अगर आप आज का देखो यार, intent was not there at all in their batting. And if you talking about Morgan, it is Morgan who has to come up in his batting. Why he has not been able to perform? Because it's not only IPL. If I look at Morgan, I don't remember when was the last time he scored a 50, right? So that is something which the think tank of KKR needs to think, and I'm very sure, apart from Pat Cummins, or I wouldn't say Pat Cummins also, only Russell, I think they are going to retain Russell, or maybe Shubman Gill if he plays the next 5 or 6 matches. I don't think so. If apart from that, I don't see any player being retained from KKR. They are gonna chop and change a lot, because I've never seen Shah Rukh Khan being so emotionally posting
Yeah.
on Instagram, Twitter. So I think it's time from him, and he's really angry on everywhere, but he's not being able to, exploit that on Twitter or Instagram. So we might see a lot of changes. Still,
But you
we
know, it's yeah,
no,
yeah.
I was saying,
So actually,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's disappointing to see that, you know, at one point of time, you know, when जब हम बचपन में थे, तो जो फेवरेट टीम्स होती थी वो पंजाब और केकेआर होती थी, you know,
Yeah.
I mean 10 to 8 12 years
Yeah.
back, but now it feels that कोई contest ही नहीं है. I mean
हाँ.
7वें और 8वें पोजीशन के लिए वो खेल रहे होते हैं. So I mean it's disappointing to see for the league. You want exciting contest, you know, and that's disheartening to see, you know, Punjab and KKR performing like this.
Paji,
Guys, I have to go. I have to go. But I'm going to say one last thing. Halla ball. Well done, the Royals. Forget KKR. Let's talk and celebrate the victory. Have Dal Bati Churma today. And then let's pray Chennai win tomorrow against Royal Chokers. And also Delhi win against Sunrisers. And we will all be happy. Maza karunge. Anyway, thank you, Sakshams, for such a brilliant show. I must dash. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Halla
Dinesh,
ball.
yeah.
Allah.
Halla ball.
So Dinesh,
All
I
about.
just
Yep.
want to talk you through that. One of those things of cricket is enjoying it, and I have seen so many coaches saying this. Enjoy your cricket, have a smile, and all those. Talking about smiling and enjoying cricket, let's talk about Riyan Parag. He has taken 6 catches so far, and today we have a strange celebration. He and Rahul
Yeah,
Tewatia selfies with the ball. So your
selfish.
thoughts, Riyan Parag?
School customer, the way he actually anticipates the catch when it is in the air, is so confident
Yeah.
that he'll take it up. I mean, even if you look at the others, I mean, even if you take a Virat Kohli or a Rohit Sharma, they would be so much focused before they take the catch, and nevertheless they take it very rightly, and they'd be so much focused. But rather in today's match and even in the previous match, if I could remember, the way he takes the catch, he is so free, so. I mean, it seems that he's so lethargic, but he takes it.
As they
So
say,
that's
cool as cucumber.
cool as a cucumber. Correct. There, I was about to
Yeah.
say that. So cool as a cucumber. So on another day, I'm very sure he is bound to drop a few catches, but that's okay. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're focusing on the ball and when you're very sure on yourself that and very confident that you're going to pick up, and that is where you're going to succeed. That is where you're not going to drop catches. Even if that confidence is taking you to the level where you're going to drop catches, I'm fine with it, because I mean, 1 in 10 occasions or 2 in 10 occasions, if you're going to drop such catch with such confidence, that's fine. But the matter is, even if he's going to take 8 catches so simply, anticipating it very well with a cool head, I think that matters the most. And that's what we had seen, 6 catches so far, and all of them. I mean, most of them are actually. I mean, on a very less margin of distance between the boundary cushion and himself. So,
Yeah.
having said that, is just a cool customer. The way he anticipates just shows how confident he is with his fielding. So, looking forward to look more of those and less margin of errors from him in the days to come.
Yeah, rightly said. And with that, Rajasthan is on their back to winning ways. They have got the little momentum they wanted. Now they'll be having their next match against MI or at Delhi, right? Against MI at Delhi. A tough chance because MI is always, any team they are playing, they are going to be the strongest contender. And always, they are coming from a loss. So they would be wanting to, come back to their winning ways as well. So a little bit to talk about tomorrow as well. As Paji said, it's not gonna be easy encounter for Royals, but still, is it gonna be masala dosa or idli? I'm gonna ask you, Anuj. Both are South Indian, but still,
Yeah.
Virat versus Dhoni. It is something which every player wants to see, a contest full of a lot of people being involved. So how do you see this coming up tomorrow, and your prediction, who is going to win it?
See, my heart says RCB, and my head says Chennai Super Kings. So I would like to have a mission or a mixture of both masala dosa and idli, maybe a rava masala dosa like that,
We are
recipe.
expecting a draw.
No, no, no. See,
They
I
they have to.
mean, I'm very much excited and I'm very happy for CSK. Because it was very disheartening to see in the last season how MS Dhoni and co was going with this a rough patch in the last season. I'm very happy with the performance of CSK, and I don't want to basically drop that momentum. I want CSK to win, but there is some space in my heart which says that 5 wins on a trot for RCB. I mean, that would be a big occasion for a lot of RCBians out there. So, but I mean, I'm expecting a crackerjack of a match tomorrow, and let's hope that अगर टाई देखने को मिलेगा तो आई एम श्योर कि मैं वो मसाला डोसा और इडली जो है मैं घर ले जा सकता हूँ, बट
Please,
आई मीन इट विल बी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग
I'll give
टू
you
सी
one option,
कि
Anuj.
कौन जीतेगा.
No, Anuj, I'll give you one option since you don't want to see that rough patch of MS. Let MS score 100, but still RCB is winning it. Is that okay with you?
या दैट्स फाइन बिकॉज MS धोनी के लिए एक जो दिल है वो हमेशा से रहता है, और अगर वो 100 मारते हैं तो ऑब्वियसली बात है कि आरसीबी के लिए जितना और उतना ही डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, बट Century from MS will always be icing on the cake. अगर आरसीबी जीत भी जाती है तो ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
मैंने सारा नहीं बताया. I said 100 from MS, but single digit from other 10. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
What's
this is not possible. No, yeah, this is not possible. Yeah, Saksham.
prediction? RCB or CSK? Because tomorrow it's 3:30. We will not be having a time to chat. So is it going to be
Yeah,
CSK or RCB?
you are
Are you
asking for
asking
me?
me?
Yeah. I'm asking to you, Anuj. Your
Okay. Yeah, I will go with the you know CSK tomorrow. Let it be. CSK. Dhoni. Thala Dhoni.
Romit, same to you.
Uh, yeah, I'll go with RCB. Like I really, I'll go with RCB because I really want them to dominate the table, and I want AB to win this trophy. He has never won a trophy, so I want RCB to go with the winning momentum. And also, we have seen like RCB has a much better bowling lineup than CSK because in CSK only Deepak Chahar has performed. So
Yeah.
RCB has a better edge over there. They can stop the runs. See, runs will be scored from both sides, but RCB can stop more in the death overs. I can assume. So I'll go with RCB, and hopefully they'll win tomorrow. And I guess Chahal will have a good day tomorrow.
From batting, whom do you see dominating from either of the sides?
Uh, it's again going to be Devdut and Virat show tomorrow.
Right. Dinesh, I know it's tough to not support the home side, but still, do you have any different opinion from Anuj?
Uh, it's a tough call for me to make as well. But since I'm required to take one team, I would better go with RCB because they've not won a trophy.
Come on,
I
Dinesh. Come
mean,
on, Dinesh, man. Come on.
no, this is a time when they're actually on such a good winning streak. Never before I have seen a team. I mean, never before I have seen RCB to be in such a winning streak. Right from 2008, if I'm not wrong, winning 4 out of 4. That
Yeah.
too, first 4 encounters. I've seen them winning 4 or 5 on a trot, but at the later stage, that's when you're on a rush to the playoff stage. But 4 out of 4, that's a serious intensity. So I mean, for that particular
2016,
reason,
it was 2016 when we won all six at the back end.
yeah. So it comes in the
Yeah.
back end, right? It comes
Mhm.
in the back end, and when Virat Kohli had amassed 973 runs in that particular season, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I mean, after that particular season, I mean, even in that season, the victories have come with the later half, not in the first half. The first half they might have won, but not such a dominant 4-0 lead beginning it would be. So for that particular reason, and for the reason that they have not win the trophy, still I back RCB to do that. I've got nothing against CSK on that regards. But it's just the fact that CSK is coming after a bounce back. I mean, they've got a defeat and they're bouncing back, whereas RCB has been an immovable force, have been in unbeatable
So
force.
CSK also
So for
won their
that,
last.
sorry,
CSK also won their last match. No,
no,
so
no,
they
no,
are.
no. What I'm saying is CSK have lost in their I mean, in the encounters they have faced once, but RCB have not managed to do it even once. That's what I'm meaning actually. So and also with
Uh,
the kind of defeat they handed to us. I mean, we have played both the teams. I mean, Rajasthan Royals have played even CSK and even RCB. So RCB was a brutal force, more brutal force than what CSK was to us. So for that particular reason, I think RCB would be having an edge over CSK. But who knows? Cricket is a funny game, and CSK is a stronger team as well. So anything might happen. But I would wish to see RCB winning maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, Romit.
I'd like to say something, Saksham. Like, out there are 8 teams in IPL. So out of this eight, I can go with any 6 teams who can win the IPL, but not CSK. Because if they win the IPL, they'll come to the count of four, and we are at five. So it will be very close. So that's the only reason I'm against CSK of winning games.
So Romit has his own mathematics going
Well,
on the
this
IPL.
is called the rivalry. This is what you call the rivalry.
But I just want to add one thing here. Just want to add, since Dinesh was talking about that 973 run, the orange cap holder in 2016, Virat Kohli, David Warner also scoring 848 runs. I
Yeah.
mean, उस चीज को 5 साल हो चुके हैं, and I mean, I want to see that 800 and 900. I mean, there was a time Mike Hussey used to score 700 runs for Chennai. So, I mean, are you missing those kind of huge amount of runs scored by an individual when it comes to that orange cap and all that stuff?
No, I'm not. To be very frank, I'm not a big fan of an entire season being a batsman batting paradise or a batting season. See, Virat Kohli taking 973. I think it's his class. I mean,
Yeah.
it's mere and sheer class that has taken him to up there. But had it been a challenging pitch, had it been a tournament with a bowler's dominant season or I mean, bit more challenging pitches, you would have seen Virat Kohli and orange cap, but with a lesser runs. That's what I would say. So maybe if had it been a challenging pitch for a batsman, I mean, a challenging season for the batsman's point of view, who knows? We might have seen a Virat Kohli on 600 or 700 still bagging an orange cap. So something like 800 or 900 being scored on a single season is not good in cricket's perspective because the bowlers lose the heart. That's what I feel. I mean, T20 and IPL become so much of a batsman-oriented tournament, whereas the bowlers will lose the heart. So for that not to happen, it should be an even contest where a 600, 700 should be the utmost threshold where an orange cap holder should be getting. And I mean,
But,
anything more
but,
than that,
but I mean,
it should be a
Dinesh,
Yeah.
but Dinesh, I somehow disagree with you because if you see that season, you can see the hunger in Virat Kohli. He was injured. I remember his celebration. I guess he got
one,
5 or 6
two,
stitches in his
three,
hand.
4, 5.
And
Yes, he showed this,
against
yeah,
Punjab.
right?
so I mean, you cannot, I mean, हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि वहां पे it was all batting paradise. हर जगह जो
No,
मैचेस हो रहे थे
I
it
gave
was a
due
flat
credits to
track.
Virat
You
Kohli.
still
No, no,
had,
I gave due
Chennai.
credits.
You still had Delhi.
Correct. I gave due credits to Virat Kohli. That was,
So
I mean, if I
Dinesh,
could,
as you were saying, Dinesh, as you were saying that
yeah.
there's a pact which will break the morale of the bowlers. But what do you think when the bowlers are
Yeah, I
taking
mean,
30, 31 wickets? Rabada took
yes,
30 wickets, Bravo has
Dwayne
taken
Bravo
32
took 32
wickets.
wickets.
Well,
32
Yeah,
wickets,
then
well,
yeah.
Dinesh Babu,
even
this is
coming to
not
that
fair,
point,
man. Dinesh Karthik, you are for
okay.
us.
Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, a season where an orange cap holder is somewhere around 600 to 700, and where a purple cap holder is somewhere around 20 to 23 wickets, is said to be an open contest where both batsmen and bowlers are actually playing respective roles at the respective games. Let me put it that way. Will it sound good?
That's perfect, bro. That's perfect.
I
Yeah.
remember this 973 season. I was in second year of my college and we had exams. So I had to rush down to the canteen to see the scores because we weren't allowed to have that phones. So that was one of the moment I remember. 973 was an awesome season, and but we couldn't win it.
Yeah,
So
Barinder Saran bowled Virat Kohli, if you remember. Barinder Saran was the bowler. Saksham, I
yeah,
guess you will remember this. Yeah.
I remember, but I
I
don't
mean,
want to.
what I
I want
desperately feel
higher.
bad for that, what I really felt bad for that season was Virat Kohli not able to complete 1,000 runs. Had it been 27 more, it would
Yeah.
have been stood as an unbeatable record at least for 10 years from that particular point of time. It's been
Now
6 years
it's
already.
Yeah. And
unbeatable.
what I feel about that season is that AB performing so well and Khan couldn't perform in the final match, scoring 643. If he had scored some, then RCB would have easily won the match. So that was a very big setback for me.
Also,
AB to
also if you
chasing.
see KL Rahul was also in the team and he also scored, I guess, 400 above in that season. So if you see nowadays KL Rahul playing for Punjab, Chris Gale also playing for Punjab. At one point of time, you have Gale, Kohli, De Villiers, and KL Rahul in one team. So उस समय तो शामत आ जाती थी bowlers की. But
I tell you what,
that's I mean
guys,
that's
uh,
cricket. Yeah.
the most important thing, I mean, even it can be related to today's game. When a captain steps up and rises up to the occasion, the entire team steps up. So that's what we'd seen
Yeah.
from that particular season. Virat Kohli rising up to the occasion. And I mean, if I'm not wrong, Rahul actually started the season not so good for the RCB at that particular
Back in
season.
matches only. Mhm.
And later, when Virat Kohli was flourishing, he himself joined the party, KL Rahul. And what happened then was even AB de Villiers had actually started joining the party. So that was when a
Hmm.
captain leading from the front, when he is actually among the mix, when he is actually leading from the front, having some runs, the entire team rises up, and the entire team tries to make a point to justify what the team captain is doing. So that's the ideal lesson time and again. And even in today's game, we had seen the captain. I mean, even if you look at the first game and today's game, it's total contrast. But it has set a proper tone for the team that the captain is up for a bigger task. He's actually eyeing to take the game further deep and trying to finish game. So that is, I mean, it will actually have a good impact to the players in the mental aspect as well. So
I
that's
want
what
to
I want to relate. Yeah.
And
I
that
want to
that
ask a
basically
question to
happened
all
with
of you.
RCB.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
Roman.
want to ask a question to all of you. So, after today's match, can we conclude that KKR is looking the weakest team in this IPL season?
Uh,
If you
far too close to be
Probably
concluded because
yes, I guess.
once RR was, I mean, just imagine some 2 or 3 days back, this was the tag given to Rajasthan Royals as well. But a comeback is always on the cards. That's what I feel.
yeah, I was just saying that the fans get too emotional and they get too critical of their team. That day, if you remember, they changed the name of the groups and what not was happening. It was I don't know who did that, but still, they were too critical, and that's when I feel that people are too critical of their teams at times, and now they have bounced back, so everyone is happy, and I have not opened my phone, but still I can see 973 WhatsApp messages on the
And
group.
that's Virat Kohli's runs. And that's Virat Kohli's runs.
Yeah.
Saksham, what do you do in a RCB game? Do you open WhatsApp, the fan Zoom group?
77. No, now. No, I don't really open as much as I'm doing right now, because but I don't use WhatsApp that much, yeah, during IPL matches, because people have their opinions going around. People have so many things. People have so many things in our group, but still I tend to stay away from negativity. But still, we have talked a lot about these teams. One last thing I wanted to talk about is the evening game which we have, SRH versus Delhi Capitals. Obviously, Romit, you will go with biryani, I am hoping,
Yeah,
because you
yeah, exactly.
like chicken.
I'll go with biryani. I'll go with biryani.
I go there, but still, talking about the match, Romit, who do you think? Obviously, you said SRH, but any one player apart from Kane Williamson?
Where is the game tomorrow? Just could you tell me?
Chennai only.
Where is Chennai only? Oh, then it's going to be a Besto again. Like he has performed really well in Chennai. He has been consistent. So I feel Besto will be performing well. Another player from DC to look out for will be Steve Smith because he can play spin well and he can pace his innings and play singles, rotate those doubles.
Akshar
So
Patel
yeah,
is
Steve
back.
Smith from Delhi, huh?
Akshar Patel is back from his
Oh, Akshar is back, but
suspension.
will he play the first match? I guess he's back to training.
That's the question.
Will he
I
be
don't
playing? Yeah.
don't know, but they might go with extra spinner. I am hoping, because the Andrik Nokia won't come in because of their fast bowler thing. No, so he won't come in. But still, they can get a Akshar Patel if he's feeling fine. Because I saw the videos on the Delhi Capitals YouTube channel, and it was 2 days back. So he might be training well. But let's see. Your pick, Dinesh, SRH or DC?
I would go with DC.
Saksham, I'll
Uh,
take a leave. Okay.
Yeah, sure. We are also wrapping it up. Yeah, sure. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, Dinesh.
so I go with Delhi Capitals, and the player whom I actually look forward would be Rishabh Pant, because he had been doing the same kind of batting or taking the responsibility just as how Sanju Samson did today.
Yeah.
So he had been, I mean, once after he's been handled with captaincy, Rishabh Pant is actually a different batsman now, because I mean, usually what we used to see is some fearless hitting, but whereas these days we are not getting to see that because he's taking that batting towards the end. So I mean, that's the reason why I'm saying is getting matured with this captaincy. So that's the reason why I feel Rishabh Pant might be the player whom I look forward, and Delhi Capitals is whom I like to see winning tomorrow.
Yes. And Anuj, your predictions?
I will be going with Chole Bature, Delhi Capitals for sure. And player would be Shikhar Dhawan, Jatt ji. I mean, he really, from the last season, if you see, more than 600 runs, and he's the major contender, I guess, for the this orange cap as well. So I would like to, I just want Shikhar Dhawan to be out there, score a century. If क्योंकि हो सकता है ऐसा, you never know with Shikhar Dhawan. मूड पे है उनके, अगर उनके जमेगी तो वो 100 लगा देंगे. So I believe Delhi Capitals will surely win tomorrow against the Biryani, the Hyderabad Biryani. And as also Dinesh Karthik, our Dinesh Babu was also mentioning that Sanju Samson is also mature, is becoming a mature captain as the time is progressing. Same you can see with the Rishabh Pant as well. So I want that young blood to be out there, young captain, young wicketkeeper, batsman, and all that stuff. So Delhi Capitals, Chole Bhature, no biryani tomorrow.
Yeah, so with that, we have our predictions ready. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But thank you for joining in, Dinesh and Anuj, both of you, for
A very
discussing this
happier note.
dominating win of RR against KKR. Not many people were hoping a RR win, but still they came back stronger, and that's what we say. The setbacks bring some strong comebacks. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining in, both of you, and still I would urge the people to subscribe the channel so that we keep bringing this awesome content and awesome analysts who can discuss each and everything with free mind. But still, I would urge people more to wear mask because the situation out there is worse. So wear mask, stay healthy, stay indoors, and keep watching cricket and cricket lads. So thank you, both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aksham. Thanks, Anuj. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.